BSLIVE. Today I want to show you like a kind of like a brute force technique to create like an abstract looking character. So normally if you're an animator doing like 3D animations, you usually have a character that's already something that you want to animate. It's already rigged, right? You have some controllers, the character is already skinned to the bones, and yeah, but you never really like sketch your character from scratch and doing it unless you have like some kind of special system to do that. But I want to show you something that's actually Blender already have. Like this abstract character was created just under a few minutes. Of course, I'll be using something called Rigify. So Rigify is an add-on that comes with Blender. It's kind of almost hidden. You just need to turn it on from this add-ons, like a tab, and then you just turn it on, and then you're ready to go actually. And the character actually something that you can sketch using grease pencil. So I'm gonna show you. Okay, I'm gonna start from scratch. We have nothing in the 3D scene. I'm gonna delete everything. If you go Shift A and armature, we actually from Rigify we have like a couple of meta rig. We're gonna be using basic human meta rig for now. So the idea is that this is like a meta character rig, and you will be assigning this with controller for animations, and it is hiding here, Rigify. So you can, at this point, this is like a meta rig. It's not real character or bones. This is something that you can adjust manually. You can turn on symmetry, so you can kind of make this longer or shorter. And usually the bone is to fit your character that's already being designed. Okay, so it can be any character. Once you're happy with this, once you're happy to reshape and reposition the bones for your character, then you generate the rig, and then you're gonna have controller, and the controller can control the bone. That's the idea. The meta rig itself will stay there. The one that's animating is actually this bone underneath. Okay, this is something you need to know. Well, anyway, let's start again from scratch. We know that we can have armature and rig of some sort. So I will start again with basic human rig. And I will save this as stroke man, or like I call it GP man for grease pencil. Shift A, create grease pencil blank, and I'm gonna turn on draw, and I'll be drawing this using my favorite ink. And also I will turn on surface. Okay, we're gonna be doodling. We have this bone for this is like the meta rig for Rigify, right? I turn on surface. In Blender you can actually draw on the bones. Okay, this is really weird, but it's very unusual features, but something you need to know. So yeah, I'm drawing on top of the bones. Okay, it's something very unusual. Okay, that's probably failed, but from here, if you want to draw the finger later, I will show you. You can just use snapping to stroke. For now, I'm just gonna doodle this a bit more, just kind of following the bone. Doesn't need to be super precise. Imagine you're drawing a character that's like made of a tree or something. Okay, so yeah, you can keep drawing, and it's usually drawing on the surface of the bones. So this is for the head part. You know, oh, sometimes it's glitching out a little bit. Character like a Groot, maybe you can imagine. Okay, we have some kind of form right now. I want to switch to stroke. This time we can kind of draw from the stroke coming out. We don't need to worry about finger. This rig doesn't have finger anyway, so for something that's a little bit more advanced, for a character that's a little bit more advanced, you can start to think about the fingers. Rigify also can have like a finger, but we are actually like drawing the muscle of the character. Yeah, okay, I think I'm pretty happy with this. The feet can be more interesting, kind of like a chicken leg, chicken feet. Anyway, we got some sort of form. Okay, not the prettiest character, but it's just to show you, just to demonstrate. Okay, don't animate the stroke, animate the mesh. So I will actually now convert this into Bezier curve. I will turn off the original grease pencil. We have this curve. Now that we can simplify, I go to edit mode using edit tab, clean up, decimate the curve. I'm really decimating the curve, so simplify it, and then now I will switch to geometry, increase the depth. You saw me doing this before in the previous video. I like an abstract looking character like this. You can increase the resolutions, make it more rounded. Now at this point we can do remesh just to clean up. Yeah, I think this is alright. You can turn on smooth. I'll save this blend and save another different version. Assign this, oops, okay. Right click, convert to mesh. You can now use like displays just to make it a little bit thicker. I think it's kind of alright. So we have our abstract looking character, okay. And we have this meta rig. With the meta rig, you supposedly you edit it to fit your character, but in this case we're really just gonna use it to generate the rig, right? And the meta rigs can be hidden. Now you have this guy over here, and you wanna skin your character. I don't know. With this character I want to maybe give it a little bit more personality. Cloth filter is my favorite. I like to inflate my character a little bit. You know, just adding a little bit of volume and then maybe expand and bring it back a little. So it's like a really weird looking character, but anyhow, we want to skin this into the meta rig. We have the controller here, but where is the bone? The bone is actually hidden. Shift click, okay? Shift click will reveal your character bones. But before we do that, select all the controller in pose mode, hit A, and then H. You hide everything, all the controller, and then shift click. Now we have this bone, and then select all. This is the deform bone. Go to object mode, select this guy, select the bone, Command P, automatic weight. Yeah, seems to work. Go back to pose mode, shift click again, hide the deform bone, and then Option H to refill your controller. So at this point we can start animating. Okay, I'm trying to pose the character. This is using IK. So by default, the controller for the arm is IK. So we have this really strange, maybe like a mummy looking character. This is an IK. So the foot is also is set to IK by default. At this point, we are ready to animate. Just gonna save the blend. Rigify have this control over stretchiness. Also, you can control this arm. It's quite sticky. This is the root of the character. Oh, this is the hip. You can make the character dancing. So at this point you can start animating. If you don't want to use the IK, you switch on the panel and switch to FK. Same with this, switch to FK. Now we are using the FK bone. This is probably what you want. So Rigify, of course, have a lot of things hidden here. You can turn and on the rig layers. Okay. We don't need to show all the controller at once. This is probably the neck, and this is the head. It's quite a flexible system. I mean, not all animators require to know rigging. Is some so this type of auto rig is really preferable. Maybe you kind of know a little bit of rigging and bones and how it works and how to set up your own control animations, but in most cases you want it to be some sort of automated, and if possible the automated control is actually modular, so you can add, okay, if you want to have, if the character have tails, you add tails, character have wings, you add wings, bones. It could be complicated. It doesn't need to be complicated to set up, but you need some sort of automations because you will have like a lot of characters. Anyway, this character is pretty cool looking now. It's not complete, of course. You definitely need to paint or something. You can always go to edit mode and then let me try just Smart UV project. I want to do a little bit of painting for this character. Give it some love. We have UV now. We want to paint, right? We need to have some kind of texture, base color. Give it a color. This is some kind of Groot. Looking like a mud or something else. Oh well, you can make it colorful. I don't know. Doesn't have to be this colorful, but it's totally up to you. Yeah, you know, front and back, different color, why not? It's just imagine like a dough, like a donut dough, and yeah, your character is made of it, like a dough, starting to become alive. I'm gonna turn on cavity. Don't in Mac we don't use I mean, if you turn on shadow it's gonna be a little bit slow, but I like to, yeah, I like to animate in this mode, not the second one. Second one will be nicer with ambient occlusions. You can probably play blast the render, but I like to animate in this viewport shading mode. And then back to the rig. pose mode, and we can start animating. For your character, okay, this is like, let's say this is the default pose. No. Okay, that's the, okay, cool. Select all the controller and then hit I, location and rotations. And I will have this character move there, change. Maybe the character is kind of dancing. Different pose. Ha, sausage finger. Just make like a nice silhouette. Keyframe. So we have from there to there. We can copy this one, duplicate it there, back to original position, and then different pose. Yeah, probably the character is like doing exercise. Just to keep itself fit. The character, if the character is so abstract, you can do anything with it. You can do like painting using Procreate. I mean, the character, the finger doesn't really move in this case. Just gonna animate the hip and the upper body. Yeah, I don't know, doing that. First pose, second pose, third pose, and back to original pose if you want. So it's like five step animations. Yeah, it's a bit slow. Select all, scale it by half. It's pretty random. 40 seconds of animations. I mean, it's just doing a pose. Definitely you want to have like a hold there. Play around with the timing. Maybe add the third pose. Like that, like that. Rigify controller is actually quite flexible, and you can actually stretch, and there's a lot of hidden control like this to make the character looks a little bit more flowy and curvy. Like a rubber hose type of animations. Rigify is pretty cool on that area. Yeah, 1, 2, 3. If you can time this, it's gonna look pretty interesting, even though it's super basic. One, 2, 3. You can hide everything now. You can see your character animating. Okay, 3 different poses. And yeah, it's a dough looking character, but it's pretty simple. But the idea here is just to want to show you Rigify add-on, something that I should have used a little bit more because I like to animate the character. If you're happy with this, file, export, GLB, right? Animations, turn on export deformation bones only. This is quite a new options in recent Blender. It's giving some kind of error message. Why is it? Sometimes it does that because of the, maybe of the, it could be a bug, but you might need to save your texture first, because I haven't saved the texture. Save as, file, export, GLB. Okay, no error now. Reality converter, and let's see. We have GP man, so grease pencil character that we doodles on the bones. Now it's something that you can export into augmented reality. It's it's looking like a zombie, like a, I don't know, unfinished dough, but it's already want to dance. All right. So hopefully you find this useful. Thanks again for tuning in, and I'll see you next time. Thank you. Bye.